just like in the movie Inception, the walls are coming down. And that's okay. But the most important thing is that we, as sovereign, divine human beings, not slaves to the corporate interest, but as sovereign, free, loving people, have to step up and take our power. Nobody's going to come in and save us.
Because if we don't, tell folks where this road leads.
Well, it's at the very best, it's total, complete slave. We're already, most of our brothers and sisters are already slaves to the man. But we're talking about mass, maybe not extinction, but mass wiping out of 60, 70, 80% of the population. And this sounds really radical, but this is their own plan.
No, they say world government is basically the slaughterhouse building.
Yeah.
And they have to finish it before they run us through it.
You know, the souls, the beings, whatever you want to call them, the oligarchy, the plutocracy, the power elite, the Illuminati, this handful of people views us as cattle. And they're in such separation consciousness. But you know what? We don't have to play their game. We're winning. Even though things on the outside in the newspapers, on NBC, appear to be getting worse and worse, we're winning. 20 years ago, we couldn't have had this discussion. Talking about the Federal Reserve was like you were a crazy person. Now, wherever I go, people say, hey, man, I saw you on the show. I saw you on the Alex Jones video. I've read your books. Let's talk about this. More and more people every day. And you know the book, The 100th Monkey, that talks about, at first, if 1 or 2% of the population believes something new, they get laughed at or put down. But if 5 or 6% of the population get it, and it's true, then everybody gets it.
Well, they just did a big university study came out 2 weeks ago that if 10% believe something and keep pushing it, the rest will adopt it.
Absolutely.
And that's why the globalists are so afraid. They're a tiny minority who've decided to join pure darkness for simple temporal power.
Absolutely.
Instead, and literally, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?
Of course.
And it's only up to us that literally are tuned into the wider universe who see really how stunted the little man behind the curtain is.
Yes.
It's actually, you know, years ago I hated the globalist. Now I cry in my soul to look upon them because these are hunched, twisted, vampiric creatures.
They are. And we have to see them as reflections of our darker self, but at the same time realize that each and every person, just like Gandhi said when he went to India, he realized
has the seed of the universe within them.
He said every person has the seed of the universe within their soul. And every person listening to this show, they've already started waking up. And many of the people who listen to this show are totally awake.
And that's why Cass Sunstein at the White House admits they inject infighting and fake conspiracies and hatred to get us to fight with each other so people don't feel that magic.
Absolutely. But the magic is growing. More and more people are waking up to the political, the economic, the cultural lies of the predominant media. But what's even wilder is this game is bigger than just the economics or the political. It's a spiritual choice that we have right now. And you know what? I used to wake up really scared about this. I'd wake up in the middle of the night back, 10, 15 years ago thinking, they're coming to get me. And they could have. But I truly believe in the Creator, and I believe in protection. I know you've got protection. I know you talk about this all the time. And you wouldn't be here if you didn't have protection. And goodness will overcome. We are good people, the good people, and we're all good, but waking up to the goodness and the strength and the sustainability and the awareness and the joy that we have inside of us. Quit playing their games.
George, incredible. In the final summation, we should feel blessed to be in this great crossroads.
Yeah.
We are living in a time when the entire future destiny of this species that is only a seed right now is going to sprout into the universe, and the technocrats even write about it. They hate the idea of the general population, humanity, really spreading its wings. They have had a glimpse of the universe, and they seek through envy and jealousy to hoard it. It's up to us that know the truth to try to unlock minds so that they can see the wider universe. And undoubtedly, it has been quite a saga in this awakening. And, you know, there is a quickening in the awakening. And yes. I really appreciate you joining us. Of course, one of your books is 9/11, The Great Illusion, Endgame of the Illuminati, Our Choice, Fear or Love by George Humphrey. George, thank you so much. In a 60-second summation, any other points you'd like to add?
The window is, this is a magical time to be alive and be on planet Earth. An incredible time. And there's two reactions. We can retract in fear, which is what they're doing, putting out fear, 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 bad food, chemtrails, all this stuff. And I understand that. Or we can connect with our higher spirits, our higher beings, create community, take good care of our personal bodies, and see this as a big wave to ride, and go out there and surf the tsunami. And I guarantee you, and you already know this, I'm guaranteeing this to you, my brothers and sisters, that the economic, the political, and the cultural changes that are going to take place in the next 3 years are going to make the last 15 years seem relatively small. Be prepared. Listen to Alex Jones. Have some good food. Buy some gold and silver. Hang out with your friends who are aware of this stuff. Love your brothers and sisters. And just keep joy in your heart.
You're absolutely right, George, because, again, it's one thing to point out the evil and then know that we have power over it. Some people see the show and think, well, this is just scary. No, we're admitting how serious it is, but knowing that truth and justice and light is a total antidote to this and has so much more power than evil. Evil only has power when we lay down to it, so we need to face the truth, make preparation for it, and realize we're in a very important time. George, great to see you.
I love you. You going to come out and hang out with me?
I'd love to.
Okay, you will.
I got to keep battling to a roller. Okay. Hold on one second. I'll say bye to you during the break.